Hey there. Blessings to you all. It's your girl Deshawn coming at you guys on this absolutely amazing day. It's so beautiful outside. Even though it's a little chilly, but the sun is still peeking through, so it's absolutely gorgeous out here today. I pray that the peace and the favor of God is resting heavy and mighty upon you all. I speak good health and strength. And that you guys are walking through this day victorious, right? Okay, so I just wanted to come on and make this little small nugget video, right? 7 minutes of S.O.U.L, April edition. Just to encourage the hearts and the minds of the people today. I try not to come on too much. Although there are times where I just go, ooh, I should put this in the video. Ooh, I should put this in the video. But sometimes, you know, I just have to, you know, wait and be instructed by God as far as what I want to put out in the atmosphere, right? Because sometimes you have to be careful what you put out there, right? So, but today, I just wanted to come to you guys on the subject of the choice versus the challenge. Yeah, stay with me. And even in the midst of that, you have the choice versus the challenge. First, let me just say this. Sometimes, and this may be here, there, and everywhere, because I got some little nuggets that I want to put out there. Because first, sometimes we pray and we're asking God for strength, right? We're praying and we're asking God, God, give me strength for this. God, give me strength for that. But God has already clearly told us that his strength is made perfect in our weakness. And so that I was just riding today. I said, well, God, if your strength is made perfect in my weakness, then I don't have to pray for strength. Because if you start, it's like you got to be careful. Like it's like you got to be wise. You got to be strategic even in your prayers. Because you don't want to pray a thing and then cause a test to come, you know what I mean? Or cause more havoc, or cause your life to be a little more strenuous than what it already is. Why you say that? Because anytime you pray, trust and believe me. Anytime you pray to God and ask God for anything, it's going to come with a challenge. It's going to come with a test. It's going to come with, I ain't going to say hardship, but, oh, you're going to be tested in the process, right? So a lot of times we're saying, God, give me strength, give me strength. Well, you don't know how strong you can be unless a test arrives. You don't know how courageous you can be. You know, like, God, give me courage. But you don't know how courageous you can be until an opportunity presents itself for you to see if you're what you call it, courageous. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So today, that just, you know, that's just something that just kind of stuck to me, like, that just kind of came to me, like, okay, we're praying for strength. God, give me strength in this area. Well, you're going to, I believe, this is just me, I believe you're going to continue to battle in that area until you conquer it. You know what I mean? You're going to continue. And a lot of times it's not strength that we need. You understand? Strength is not your weakness is not the root of the issue. You understand what I'm saying? So you're praying, God, give me strength. Well, that test going to keep going because you just want to be strong in that particular area. But what you got to do, oh my God, come on, Holy Ghost. But what you got to do, you got to pray for strength, not strength. I'm sorry. What you got to do, you got to get to the root of the issue. You got to get to the root cause. You understand? You know, it's not that you're weak. It's not that a lot of times it's not that you're weak. It's not your weakness, because his strength is already made perfect in your weakness. You understand? He's already given you the strength. He's already given you the ability to conquer it. But it's not the fact that you're weak in that area. It's what's causing you to be weak in that area. Does that make sense? It's not your weakness in that area. It's what causes you to be weak in that area. You understand? Okay, God. Okay, you can say, Lord, okay, there's several examples I can give you from myself, but I'm going to keep it kind of, you know, reserved. But I would say okay, let's say even when it comes down to your food choices, right? You know, like, you know, and me conquering obesity, right? That's been something that I've dealt with my whole life. You understand what I'm saying? And now that I'm like 40 and something, you know what I mean? So now that I'm up in age, you know, I'm learning now, you know, what caused my obesity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm learning now, you know, all these years, you know, I don't need to now pray, God, you know, make me strong, help me not to eat. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's why was I eating as much as I was? That was the root of it. I had to get to the point. I had to get to, like, why was I eating as much as I was? Why was I eating? Because I was an emotional eater. You understand? My weakness wasn't food, because I need food. You understand? I can't pray and say, God, help me not to eat, because I need food. Does that make sense? Like, I need food to eat. I need food for the nourishment of my body. You know what I mean? Like, your food, your body needs it. Like, my body needs the food, but of course, then it's up to me, like, what kind of food. But my main thing that I'm getting to, I ain't trying to get into a little health, you know, thing. But what I'm saying is, you know, we have to know, you know, my weakness wasn't the food. You understand that my weakness or my issue was, why was I eating as much food as I was eating? Why was I making the choices, the food choices that I was making? You understand what I'm saying? And it was because, it wasn't the fact, it was because I was an emotional eater, right? So, I mean, situations like that, like, you gotta get to the root of it. A perfect example, David, okay? David had an issue with his flesh, right? So David, you know, he's up wherever he is, you know, everybody, you know, they doing their thing, you know, everybody other people going out to war. David stays behind, you know, and David sitting there chilling, and then he'd go out on, I'm just paraphrasing, he'd go out on the terrace and happen to look down and see Bathsheba out there bathing. You understand? And immediately he was like, okay, I gotta have that, right? So, Bathsheba minded her business, not even knowing that she'd been plotted. You know what I mean? Not knowing that she's become a challenge. Okay, Holy Ghost. Not knowing that she's become a challenge. You understand what I'm saying? So she goes, oh, it's a beautiful puppy. Okay, sorry. Long story short, David sends Bathsheba out. I mean, David sends Uriah out, kills Uriah, who is Bathsheba's husband, and now he has conquered his challenge, right? He's got the challenge. But here's my thing. Had she been a choice, then he would have went about it the right way. And it's so much more I want to get into with that, but hold on one sec. So, like, so with that being said, David's issue was not his flesh. So pretty much what David was saying in Psalm 51, he said, God created me a clean heart and renew within me a right spirit, right? So what he was saying was, so that lets me know that David's issue, his issue was not necessarily his flesh, even though he had an issue in his flesh, but the root cause was his heart. David's heart was messed up. David's heart, it was open to everything. And he entertained anything that entered into his heart, anything that entered into his mind to do. David had a heart of greed. You understand? Jesus. He had a heart of greed. Okay, so whatever he wanted, because he was a king, he used his power to get. You understand? He used his influence to get. You understand what I'm saying? So Bathsheba became a challenge. She wasn't necessarily his choice. You understand? Because he had several wives that he had chosen. So he already had picked his choices, but then he sees Bathsheba. Bathsheba is a married woman, so Bathsheba becomes a challenge for him. You understand what I'm saying? So she wasn't necessarily his choice, but Bathsheba was a challenge because he wanted her. So, and because of his heart, You understand? Because of that greed that he had in his heart. Even though he was a man after God's own heart, David had greed in his heart. You understand what I'm saying? David, he used his power, he used his influence to get whatever it is. And so you can use your power for good. You can use your influence for good. You can use it for bad. You understand what I'm saying? And in this scenario, David used his power. He used his influence to manipulate, to intimidate. He used his influence to get whatever it was that he wanted. You understand? From who he deemed to be the weaker vessel. If that makes any sense. So Bathsheba's out there cleaning and going through, and that's a whole nother story. But Bathsheba's out there, minding her business, not even know that she's been targeted. You understand what I'm saying? Not even know that the radar has been put on her. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, she goes through it. David goes through, and he had to pray and say, God, create in me a clean heart and renew within me a right spirit, right? Because God, I see that my issue is not my flesh. If I get my heart right, yeah, everything else gonna line up. God, create in me a clean heart. God, don't allow my heart to love. Don't allow my heart to desire anything that's not in your will, God. I especially something that belongs to somebody else. Come on here. God is not going to give you nobody else's husband. He's not going to bless you with nobody else's wife. I don't care how much you feel like there are soulmates. Yeah! I don't care how much of a soulmate you feel like they are. You know what? I talked to this. I have a really, really new associate, I would say. We've become really, really good friends. I could say that. Like, we've become friends. And, we become really good associates, okay? Well, we can talk, just real talk, right? And they happened to tell me about a situation that they find themselves in at this moment, right? And they were like, the person that they're with is actually, the person that they kick it with is a married, it's a married individual, right? So, and then they feel like, of course, the married individual gonna be like, oh, well, where was you at when I was single? Like, and, we're just so much alike. And then the associate tells me that, I feel like we're soulmates. Like we're just so much alike. You know how they say opposites attract? But we're attracted because we're just, it's so odd to where we even look like each other. And you know what? I promise you, they showed me a picture. I promise you they look like they could be brothers. They look like they could be brother and sister. But at the end of the day, boo-boo, they're married. Sugar, you married. That God will never bless this. God is not going to bless you. He's not going to bless you because you chose to leave your husband for this man. God is not going to bless that. He's not going to bless that union. He's not going to bless. I just feel it. I don't care if you both of you saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. God is not going to bless you going and being in a relationship with somebody else's husband. God is not going to bless you being in a relationship with somebody else's wife. I don't care how compatible you are. I don't care how much alike you are. I don't care how much you feel like they've been, this is God. It has to be ordained. And then the fact that it started out in an affair. You understand? You didn't even wait till the girl was divorced. You didn't even wait till the man was divorced. No, it started out wrong. You understand what I'm saying? It started out in an affair. You understand? They're not divorced. They're not even, matter of fact, they ain't even separated. Okay, so how you want God to bless that? How can you comprehend? How do you deem anything good to turn up out of that? It's not. So, and then sometimes I know once we get in that cycle, once we get in that place, I know sometimes it's hard for us to accept that. It's hard for us, the light in here is horrible. It's hard for us to accept the fact that there's nothing good that's gonna come of this. You know what I mean? It's hard to accept that. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I just look a mess. But at the end of the day, you have to, gym attire, y'all, sorry. But at the end of the day, you have to know. You have to want more of your life. You know what I mean? You're not gonna put don't put yourself, this is totally turning into something different, but don't put yourself on hold. Don't put your life on hold waiting on something that's never going to be. You understand? Don't you put your life on hold being entangled into something that you know that in the end, like it's already unbalanced, because they'll never be able, like in those times where you're feeling lonely, or there'll come a time where you just, like, you really need them and they can't be there because they got to be there for their husband. You understand? You really need them. They can't be there because they got to be there for their wife. You understand what I'm saying? Trust me, nothing good will ever come of it. Saying was, God is not going to give you somebody else's husband. God is not going to give you somebody else's wife, somebody that's already in a covenant relationship. God is not going to do that, right? Because he's not the God. He's not the author of confusion, right? Okay. And that's total confusion, right? He's not going to, I don't care how good, you know, how compatible you guys are, you know, how much you have in common, you know what I mean? Like how much you like each other, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, those type of relationships are destined for failure. Even if she left her husband for you, trust me, men, even if she left her husband for you, you understand? I don't care how many dreams you have, honey, those dreams are not of God. I had a dream. I had a dream and I shared with somebody the other day. They was like, now, they was like, you know, with this part right here, I get. And then they were like, and maybe the rest of it was maybe just pizza. Like maybe the rest was just something you ate. Right. Sometimes we can desire things so bad. So we'll start having dreams and even visions. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're of God. Okay? Because God ain't gonna bless no mess. It's just that simple. God is not going to, he's not going to give you something he's not going to give you somebody that's already in covenant. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to do that. And then at the end of the day, you shouldn't want that. You should want better for yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that you're always going to be the one that come up with the short stick. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's already an unfair relationship. You know what I mean? Like they're going home to somebody, you know, after they spend how many ever hours with you. You understand? When they leave your presence, you're left alone. You're left cuddling your pillow or your dog. You're left cuddling. You understand? You understand? You're left cuddling your pillow or your pet or whatever you have. You know what I mean? And then they're going home to another whole live being. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you should never be in a relationship. You should never put yourself in a situationship. You understand? You should never put yourself in anything that the love that you give, and I probably say this on every video that I do, that the love that you give is not reciprocated. You know what I mean? It's time to live our life in whole. It's time to live our life complete. You know what I mean? Not living our lives, you know, in secret. You know what I mean? Like not living your life, living your life, like even being in that type of relationship, you know, it's hard because you'll never win. You know what I mean? Like the love will always be, the level of love and affection and all that stuff will always be unbalanced. You know what I mean? But you deserve to live a balanced life all the way around, be it love, business, relationship, whatever it is, ministry. You deserve to live a balanced life, right? And you know, no secret love. You know what I mean? Like if I can't love you out loud, if I can't love you out loud, you understand? If I can't love you from the mountaintop, you know what I mean? Like if I can't love you out loud, then I don't want to love you at all, right? Because you deserve better. You deserve better. And you have to know you deserve better. You understand? I can understand if you guys agree that you just don't want anybody in your business, right? I can understand that concept. You know, that's different. That's a different type of secret. It's a secret. You just don't choose to expose it, or you just don't choose to publish it on Facebook or any type of social media.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto International Drive.
And you both for good with it just being you. You understand? You're exclusive, but you're not trying to, you know, put it out there, and it's not that you're hiding because you still go out, you're just living your life. You know what I mean?
Turn right onto International Drive, then turn left onto Brittany Court.
Where I'm turning, you in a relationship and you can't tell nobody. You're in a relationship or a situationship. You know what I mean? And you can't even tell the person's name because
take the next left onto Brittany Court.
Involved with somebody else. Like, you deserve better than that. You know, more than a challenge. Like, you are not a challenge. You are or a target. You understand? You are a prize. You understand that you are valuable. You just know your worth today. And don't allow yourself to stay in situations longer than you should. You understand? Learn your lesson and get out of them. You know what I mean? Sometimes we make bad choices. We make horrible decisions. You understand what I'm saying? Accept it and move on. You know what I mean? Don't keep yourself in a situation. I'm sorry. Don't stay in a situation where something got in my throat. Don't stay in a situation where you're constantly unsatisfied. You know what I mean? Like, you're not happy. It's not bringing you joy. It's not bringing you no peace. You joy for the limited time that person is with you, but then once they're gone, like, you know, it's back to normal. You know what I mean? Once they're gone, you still have no peace. You know what I mean? You still have you're not living in true happiness. You know what I mean? You deserve to be with someone without limitation, without restrictions. You know what I mean? No holds barred, right? So anyway, yeah, just learn your worth. Learn, you know, don't open your heart to anything that's not of God. Don't open your heart to anything that's not going to bring you life. You understand? Allow all of your veins, don't have no clogged arteries in your heart. You know what I mean? Like, God created me a clean heart. Like, give me a clean slate, right? You understand? That way when the next person comes, you can love them out of a pure place. You understand? When the next person comes, you're not loving them. You're not trying to love them through old hurt and old disappointments, and you understand? Like, you're giving them a fair shot at taking their rightful place in your life, taking their rightful place in your heart. You know what I mean? You're not a challenge. Know that you're not a challenge. You're not somebody's fantasy. You understand? And once that fantasy is fulfilled, then they're going on to the next thing that excites them. You know what I mean? You know, you are choice. You know how you have the selected choice. You know, you go to restaurants and they have their selected choice. You know, you have choice hotels. You know what I mean? Like the upscale. You know what I mean? A challenge. You know, don't allow yourself to be a target. Don't allow yourself to become a challenge for anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because once they complete that challenge, so once they
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Sardis Road North.
And once they feel like they've got you or they've used you and can't benefit from you no more, then they're going on to the next thing. You understand what I'm saying? They're going on to the next thing that excites them. You know, and you deserve better than that. You understand? So what you saying today? I'm saying to the fullest. You understand? Like, there's no limit to the things that you can accomplish just in this day alone. You understand? So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the ones that be inboxing me and say, yo, I haven't seen you in a minute. You know, it was coming. It was brewing. It was brewing. So yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the encouragement. You love you, live you, and live your life out loud on purpose. Okay? Blessings.